Barry Manilow, the celebrated American vocalist, composer, and producer, is famous for hits like Mandy, Copacabana, and Can't Smile Without You. He rose to fame in the 1970s, becoming one of the highest-selling recording artists of all time. In 2003, reports emerged that Manilow had received both upper and lower facelifts to tighten his skin and lessen drooping around his eyes. Additionally, in June of that year, Manilow disclosed that he had fractured his nose after accidentally bumping into a wall in the dark, prompting more rumors about nose job. He commented, "I might need to have my nose repaired, and with this nose, it's going to require major surgery." In talks, he also acknowledged having sun damage removed from his skin and trying Botox, although he was dissatisfied with the outcome. The ongoing rumors surrounding Manilow's changing look highlights the strain celebrities experience to maintain a youthful appearance in the entertainment world. While the singer has kept details of his treatments largely confidential, his makeover remains a subject of conversation regarding aging and cosmetic procedures among famous people, demonstrating the delicate balance they must maintain between individual happiness and societal demands. Michael Jackson wasn't simply a pop star, he was a global phenomenon. With his unmatched skill, groundbreaking performances, and genre-defining music, he revolutionized the industry and rightfully earned his title as the King of Pop. Yet, while his artistry shattered barriers, his physical transformation became one of the most widely discussed topics in show business history. His experiences with cosmetic enhancements began in the early 1980s, supposedly after a nose injury. What initially started as a nose job to improve his breathing quickly escalated into a series of dramatic alterations, including reshaping his chin, cheek implants, and eyelid work. Over time, his nose became more slender, his jawline more pronounced, and his overall facial structure nearly unrecognizable compared to his younger self. Adding to the discussion, his progressively lighter skin tone sparked widespread speculation, with Michael later revealing that he had vitiligo, a condition that causes the loss of skin color. Fans were divided. Some thought he was a victim of relentless industry pressures, media attention, and personal struggles with self-image, while others criticized his makeover, arguing that he had distanced himself from his original identity. Despite the ongoing debate, one truth remained irrefutable: his talent never faltered. Even as his changing appearance became a subject of ridicule and endless speculation, his music, influence, and legacy remained untouched. Years after his death, his songs continue to dominate the charts. His dance moves are endlessly imitated, and his impact on music remains unrivaled, proving that in the end, artistry endures longer than appearance. Regine Naranezinga's path towards self-acceptance was already filled with obstacles, but nothing could have prepared her for the cosmetic nightmare that transformed her life in an irreversible way. An actress, singer, writer, and LGBTQ+ champion, she achieved nationwide fame through the reality series Botched, where physicians attempted to undo the devastating impacts of a dangerous, uncertified cosmetic treatment. In 2005, Regine turned to O'Neal Ron Morris, known as the Duchess, a well-known figure within Miami's transgender community who offered affordable beauty services. What she didn't know was that the supposed filler injections she was receiving were actually a toxic concoction of cement, tire sealant, mineral oil, and glue. It wasn't until several months later that the horrifying reality came to light. Her face, breasts, and hips became painfully inflamed as rigid masses formed under her skin. Overcome with shame and anguish, she isolated herself from society, too afraid to seek assistance. Years later, surgeons on Botched managed to restore some normality by successfully extracting portions of the harmful substances. Though her experience was traumatic, Regine never lost her inner strength. She now campaigns for safer cosmetic treatments and serves as an inspiration to many, demonstrating that even during times of hardship, true beauty is discovered in fortitude and perseverance. Some people rely on specialists for cosmetic alterations, Yet Anastasia Pokryshuk prefers learning from online videos. Originally from Ukraine, she dove into the world of Botox, jaw definition, dental coverings, and fat removal at age 26. While these may seem like regular changes in the beauty sphere, her approach was anything but standard. Rather than depending on experienced physicians, Anastasia took charge herself, quite literally, injecting substances using techniques she found online. Armed with syringes and complete faith in her personal sanitization methods, she reshaped her face one self-done session at a time. The result? Let's just say subtlety was never a goal. Her cheeks grew to such an extreme size that she aimed to secure a world record. In a 2020 interview, she stubbornly confirmed her dedication, pledging to keep self-administering fillers despite doctors urging her to cease. Even though physicians respond with incredulity, Anastasia remains resolute, committed to her distinctive aesthetic and self-made beauty image. Whether she obtains the designation of having the most prominent cheeks globally or simply the most discussed ones, one thing is clear. She has no plan to give up a syringe in the near future. Carrot Top. You wouldn't think how dramatically comedian Scott Thompson, better known as Carrot Top, has changed over the years. Recognized for his bright red hair and eccentric fashion sense, Carrot Top has been the subject of plastic surgery stories for over a decade. Even though he has always denied having any treatments, obvious changes in his facial characteristics have fueled ongoing conjecture. Supporters and observers have mentioned his more elevated and defined eyebrows, sparking rumors of a brow lift. Furthermore, his once angular face now seems fuller, leading many to believe that cheek enhancements or dermal fillers may have played a part in his makeover. Besides, Carrot Top's previously uneven skin now appears significantly smoother, prompting further theories about Botox shots or chemical peels. Despite the constant rumors, Carrot Top insists that his dramatic change is solely the outcome of an intense fitness routine and a healthy lifestyle. With his trademark humor, he even joked that if he had undergone plastic surgery, he'd appear even more attractive than he does now. While arguments over his appearance continue, one thing is certain. Carrot Top's transformation remains a popular subject in Hollywood. His journey has definitely raised numerous questions. Lesson learned. If you change too much, people will think you've had work done, even if you swear it's just gym time and kale smoothies. Carrot Top's journey teaches us that staying true to yourself is key, but if you ever get a glow up, be ready for the internet to investigate like a crime scene. Jocelyn Wildenstein, notoriously called Catwoman, isn't just fighting getting older. She's completely reinventing what it means to be human at 84. She doesn't just look unlike the rest of us. She seems as if she's from an entirely different world. Now, this is where things get interesting. According to Jocelyn, her feline-esque traits aren't the consequence of endless operations. No, it's all thanks to Swiss genes. Yes, the nation famous for fancy watches, high-end cheese, and apparently naturally sculpted cat-like cheekbones. But let's not disregard the small fact of that multi-million-dollar cosmetic upgrade she casually admitted to, designed to give her those mesmerizing cat eyes because, just a typical billionaire makeover. But here's the true surprise. A court actually forbade her from spending her divorce settlement on more plastic surgery. Imagine being so dedicated to the scalpel that a legal order had to step in and declare, "That's enough, Jocelyn." She still insists that her smooth, cat-like features are completely authentic, but the internet isn't convinced. So what do you think? Is it all Swiss genetics or a plastic surgeon's masterpiece? Share your thoughts down below. Sylvester Stallone isn't just a movie star. He's a Hollywood legend. With his sculpted body, characteristic voice, and unwavering determination, he created a legendary career portraying tough, strong-willed characters like Rocky Balboa and John Rambo. However, while his characters on screen embodied raw strength and perseverance, behind the scenes, Stallone has been fighting a different kind of battle, the fight against getting older. In a 1992 interview, he frankly disclosed having surgery on the left side of his face to correct nerve damage he had from birth, which contributed to his trademark crooked smile. But that was only the start. Over time, rumors have circulated about additional facelifts, Botox, and brow lifts, with experts pointing to his smooth complexion, defined jawline, and raised eyebrows as strong indicators of cosmetic treatments. While these improvements have helped him preserve a youthful appearance, they have also resulted in a tighter, more contoured, yet somewhat artificial look, leaving fans longing for the rugged charm of Stallone's heyday in the 80s and 90s. Regardless of the debate, Stallone remains unstoppable. He continues to star in blockbuster movies, direct films, and prove that true Hollywood legends never fade. His transformation may serve as a cautionary tale about the potential drawbacks of excessive cosmetic work. But one thing is certain. Whether in the ring, on the battlefield, or in the world of aesthetics, Stallone never gives up. If you'd like to join me on this journey, type a number 1 and watch the video to the end. There are plenty of fascinating insights waiting for you. Tom Jones, the celebrated Welsh singer, has spent decades captivating audiences with his powerful vocals, energetic stage presence, and undeniable charisma. With timeless hits like It's Not Unusual and Delilah, he cemented his place as one of the most influential singers of his generation, effortlessly blending pop, rock, and soul with his signature charm. However, like many celebrities under constant public scrutiny, Jones felt compelled to maintain his youthful appearance. Over time, he openly admitted to undergoing a nose alteration, eyelid surgery, and chin enhancement, candidly sharing his experiences with cosmetic interventions. His doctor advised him to maintain a natural look, warning him about the dangers of overdoing it, a lesson many in the entertainment industry have learned the hard way. While some fans appreciated his efforts to stay refreshed, others thought he had lost some of the rugged appeal that once defined him. Now, in his 80s, Jones has embraced the aging process, allowing his hair to turn gray and stepping away from further modifications. Yet, if one thing has stayed consistent, it's his extraordinary talent. Still commanding the spotlight and captivating crowds, Tom Jones proves that true stardom isn't about defying age. It's about keeping your voice, presence, and passion alive. Justin Jedlicka, widely known as the Human Ken doll, has fascinated people worldwide with his extraordinary journey of cosmetic alterations. Born in 1980 in New York, Justin became very interested in plastic surgery at a young age, inspired by watching lifestyles of the rich and famous. For him, aesthetic procedures weren't just about improving his appearance. They represented wealth and the luxurious life he yearned for. Because his parents didn't approve, Justin had to wait until he was 18 to start his transformation. Only 4 days after turning 18, he had his first nose job, marking the beginning of a lifelong dedication to changing his body. By 2012, Justin had already undergone roughly 190 cosmetic treatments, including several nose surgeries, chest implants, shoulder and arm enhancements, brow lifts, cheek implants, and minor liposuction. Estimates suggest his surgeries have cost around $600,000, and there are even claims that he's had over 1,000 procedures, leading some to joke that he's 99.9% plastic. Despite not coming from a wealthy background, Justin was briefly married to a successful businessman and lived in Trump Tower until their 2016 divorce, which likely helped pay for his expensive lifestyle and surgical ambitions. At present, Justin lives in Australia and freely embraces who he is, having a polyamorous relationship. He has also been on shows like Botched, where he shared his story and defended his belief that plastic surgery is an art form and a way to express himself. Articles from Hollywood Life and the Cinemaholic highlight Justin's unique path, emphasizing his views on beauty and individuality. Whether he's admired or criticized, Justin Jedlicka continues to fuel discussions about modern beauty standards and the transformative power of cosmetic procedures. Igor and Grichka Bogdanov, the well-known French twins, initially found fame in the 1970s, fascinating audiences with their sharp minds, sculpted jaws, and strikingly attractive looks. As hosts of science fiction TV programs, they became known as innovative thinkers, mixing science with entertainment. Yet, by the late 1990s, their faces became a bigger topic of conversation than their professional achievements, and not for good reasons. Their extreme physical makeover left the public puzzled. Although the twins claimed their strange new look came from scientific experiments, experts and fans suspected that too much plastic surgery played a major role. Their enlarged cheekbones, overdone chins, fuller lips, and smooth, almost fake-looking skin went against normal human anatomy, leading to rumors about Botox, fillers, implants, and multiple facelifts. By the early 2000s, their appearance had become so bizarre that people jokingly called them aliens, a name they took with humor. When they showed up at the Cannes Film Festival in 2009, the Bogdanov brothers had become living puzzles, sparking global discussions about the limits of cosmetic alterations. Whether viewed as trailblazers or examples of what not to do, one thing is clear. Their shocking change remains one of the most sensational instances of rumors about plastic surgery among celebrities. Gene Simmons, the famous bassist and a founding member of KISS, has never been shy about embracing the limelight or frankly sharing his decision to undergo cosmetic procedures. Back in 2007, when he was 57, Simmons and his longtime love, Shannon Tweed, both chose to have facelifts, an experience openly shown on their reality television show, Gene Simmons' Family Jewels. Simmons had a long, 11-hour surgical procedure that included a facelift, eyelid correction, blepharoplasty, and fat removal around his chest. Talking openly about what drove him to have the work done, Simmons said he felt awkward about the sagging skin along his jaw and wanted to refresh his image. "I'm in showbiz. I need to be presentable," he declared. While certain fans admired his openness, others discussed if the operations were actually needed. Regardless, Simmons didn't regret it, insisting that feeling good about himself and being personally satisfied were more important than what others thought. After his cosmetic improvements, Gene Simmons kept having success in his career, playing to sold-out shows and continuing KISS's celebrated history. He also got involved in various businesses, further cementing his reputation as a clever and successful businessman. Lesson learned: if you're a rock star, aging gracefully is optional, but looking presentable is mandatory. Gene Simmons proves that even legendary rockers aren't immune to gravity. So, if you ever feel bad about a few wrinkles, just remember, even the demon himself went under the knife. At the end of the day, confidence is the best facelift, though a good surgeon doesn't hurt either.